Hello guys, welcome to the only true Latin city left in Asia. I'm here in Zamboanga City in Mindanao, the Philippines. Super happy to be here. My very brief first impressions of this city wasn't great. I got off a 14-hour bus journey and I was filled with kind of like intense stares, and I really felt like the odd one out. I think it was me being a little bit sensitive, being in a new place, being a foreigner, being a little bit uncomfortable. So I'm ready with a fresh head to explore this place in full. First thing you'll notice here is obviously this Spanish architecture building behind me. I thought it was built by the Spanish, it was actually built by the Americans 117 years ago, and it's the city hall of Zamboanga. I'm going to try go inside and explore a Spanish fort called Fort Pilar and just get a feel for the place, see what it's about, and see what we can find. Hello. Hello.
Why you smile?
For anyone wondering, it is actually December, so I think this is kind of like their festivity decoration. Some sort of event is going on for Christmas. It's pretty cool. It's pretty weird, but it's not really kind of like the typical Christmas decorations we have in the West, but it's still pretty cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So yeah, we're in this city hall. I thought there was actually going to be more to see in here, but there's actually not an awful lot. But you can see kind of, oh wow, they've got like a massive garden. So yeah, they really did. I mean, I've assumed this has been renovated a fair few times because it looks almost sort of brand new-ish. But yeah, you can really kind of heavily see the Spanish architecture everywhere. This is really nice though, really well maintained. Yeah, so it is still a fully functioning kind of city hall, so you can't go into sort of like any of the offices or anything unless you've got some sort of business, which is completely understandable. I was hoping maybe we could have a little look inside some of the rooms, but that's not it's not going to be possible, unfortunately. But pretty cool, I guess. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Have a good day. Thank you, mate. Have a good day.
Okay, sir.
The city is really kind of like a really sort of modern, urbanised city. It's really nice, but the thing is, you wouldn't actually really think you're in the Philippines. It is quite different to, for instance, the outskirts of Manila or sort of Makati or Cebu. It's very different, and the differences are quite obvious. For one, everything here is in Spanish. They speak Chavacano, which is essentially like broken Spanish. So they say things like universidad for university. And they also say like gracias. So they really kind of have kept hold of the Spanish, well, colonial impact that they had here. Where I'm walking to now is Fort Pilar, which is a huge Spanish fort that was built to defend the city against Moro, or Muslim, and the Moro pirates and any kind of other invaders of the city. You can actually go inside there. I believe there's a museum. There's also a shrine. So be interesting to try and learn more history about the city. Obviously, with there being an awful lot of Muslims here, you can even kind of organise tour packages to Mecca for the Hajj event, which I believe is a Muslim pilgrimage to Mecca. Got this little dude following, trying to sell candles, I think, for the shrine. Definitely don't need them though. That's the thing about the kids here. If they're asking you for money or something, they really will follow you for about 15-20 minutes. Last time I had to do a bit of a duck dive into McDonald's to get away from them because they're not allowed in there. The security will stop them. If the police see them, the police will normally stop them as well, but it can get a bit intense when there's like 10-15 of them kind of running after you down the street. This is Fort Pilar, the Spanish fort that was built to defend the city against Moro pirates, I think against the British as well, and the French, maybe the Dutch as well. On the other side you've kind of got loads of souvenir shops. You pick up some bits before you go home. Kind of random though, they've got a lot of like Jamaican stuff and weed leaf t-shirts and stuff. Hello. No, I don't need them, mate, thank you. There we go, more of them coming over. No, thank you. Inside Fort Pilar, unfortunately, Can't take the selfie stick in there. I'm not too sure why. They wanted to take the selfie stick off the camera, so the camera angles might look a little bit funky from now on because I'm having to use my arm. Pretty cool though. I wonder how much of this is kind of original and how much has been rebuilt or repurposed. So these are all kind of Spanish era guns that have been confiscated and brought to the museum, which is pretty cool. At least I'm assuming they're Spanish guns. There's not actually an awful lot of information, to be honest with you. It says Mindanao, so I'm assuming they're just local guns, but there's not too much information on it really. So the room I just went into really is kind of just about the culture of Tawi, which is an island in very, very, very south sea of the Philippines. And then there was a lot of obviously like cannons that were used during the Spanish colonial period by the Philippines and also by the Spanish, but it was pretty cool. There's a lot of reading, a lot of information in there. So all these paintings and tapestries are by someone called Bert Monterona, and they focus on sort of the traditional life of the indigenous people of Mindanao. They're displayed sort of around the world. Japan, the United States, and now obviously Zamboanga. I can't believe really the only person in this museum, other than the kids that are obviously following me around, but I thought it'd be a lot more people. Wherever I go, they're just gonna follow. More and more and more. The numbers are growing. Now on the wall of the fort, this is actually like Paseo Del Mar. It's kind of like an area where you can eat and drink and relax. And there's also a skate park, which is pretty cool. So we'll check all of that out later. Try and get some sort of drink, maybe some food. It's amazing how they've kept the whole thing sort of preserved and in decent condition. They've blocked it all off, obviously, from being used and sort of abused. Yeah, ripping some information off of Wikipedia because it's the only place I can actually find information on the history of the fort. It was originally called the Royal Fort of St. Joseph. It's a Bastinian fort in Zamboanga City, obviously. Groundbreaking started in 1635. It's obviously built by the Spanish. And now it's really kind of dedicated as a Roman Catholic shrine. The shrine part we're actually going to go and have a little look at in a second. Outside the eastern wall is a Marian shrine dedicated to Our Lady of the Pilar, the patroness of the city. So it's quite a central kind of prayer area on the eastern wall. And hopefully, we can go in there and take some videos and learn a little bit about it. One thing about the Philippines though is when you're walking around, there is always kind of a lack of information, which is always a bit gutting, but you can kind of make it up, I guess, with the help of Google.
I was experienced loading and unloading there.
Oh, I'm from Dover. It's my town. I used to work for P&O.
France, huh?
Yeah, to Calais.
English Channel.
Yeah, that's where I live.
I'm seaman before.
Ah, did you like it?
Yeah, but I stopped already. I'm already 64.
Yeah.
Then 16 years old I stopped because COVID, then very hard already to return back.
Did you go to the castle?
No,
Dover Castle?
Only on port and go just outside because loading another cargo.
Yeah, wow.
Container.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
I'm seaman, really. Seaman.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Afternoon.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Good place.
Yes, it's nice. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Bye-bye. That's absolutely mad. That guy's actually been to the town that I grew up in, Dover, in Kent, in the UK. Did not expect that whatsoever. But a lot of people from the Philippines are seamen. They work in the maritime industry, and Dover's one of the biggest ports in the UK, so it kind of makes sense. No, thank you, sorry. Yeah, so this is the Fort Pilar Shrine. I guess this is the place where the kids are trying to sell you the candles to put a blessing or something, but I'm not a Christian, so I can't really do it. Yeah, so this is the shrine of Fort Pilar. I wonder what it would have been originally. I don't think it's always been a shrine. There's not much information I can find sort of here. It's really beautiful though, it's really cool, it's very busy. There's a lot of people dipping their kind of hands in fire and then rubbing it on their head and rubbing it on their arms. If anyone knows what that represents, please let me know in the comments, because I've never seen that before. Obviously in the UK we have Christians, we have Catholics, but I've never seen the fire thing before. It's really interesting. I have no idea what that would represent. They have a lot of these kind of like donation sculpture things. They're kind of on like every single pillar with a different statue or saint, I guess. In the UK I've been to like a lot of Catholic churches, but I've never seen things like that. Never seen things like that before. Just arrived in Paseo Del Mar, which is pretty much opposite Fort Pilar. It's kind of like a reclaimed area. I think before it was pretty much sort of like wasteland, but now they've kind of created this park, and it's kind of lined with restaurants and bars and places where, you know, you can relax. I think at night time it probably comes a lot more alive than it does in the day. A nice place for kind of like young people to hang out and chill, and you've got an amazing view of the seaside, which you can see Mari Island, and you can also see Basilan. Obviously Zamboanga is a port city and a very busy port city, so if you're looking to go down to Sulu or looking to go to Basilan or any of the very, very southern Sulu Sea islands, this is where you need to go to get the boat. But I'm desperate for a drink, so that's the main priority. So the little island there is Malamari, which is kind of like one of the best beaches in Basilan. The huge kind of island you can see all along here is Basilan Island. It's obviously another island which has got kind of like a bad reputation, but check my video out on Basilan to see what it's actually like. This is the boat here, this Montenegro. This actually takes you all the way down to Jolo in Sulu, which is pretty cool. They normally leave at 9 PM, so that's, I'm assuming, what it's waiting there for. Stopped at a place called Cape Zambo. Don't really know why we stopped here, other than the fact that there's no other choice. There's nothing else open. Got a banana shake and a water. Lovely view of sort of the coastline. Service isn't ideal, it's not too good, but hopefully the banana shake makes up for the service, or lack of service. So the banana shake is here, and my hair's gone grey, I've waited that long. Oh, it's delicious, so it's worth the wait. Oh my god. 10 out of 10. So guys, that wraps up my time in Zamboanga. Bit of a strange city. I don't really know, honestly, if it's really worth visiting, if I'm honest with you. If you've got to get a ferry to somewhere, or you're just passing through, then it's probably worthwhile just spending a day here. Fort Pilar is simply kind of like an empty fort with a few galleries in. There's nothing kind of really that cool to look at in there. The Parliament, the City Hall is obviously pretty cool from the outside, but in there it is, you know, what it says on the tin, like a functioning City Hall. Doesn't just seem to be an awful lot to do. There's a couple of islands you can visit around here, but obviously the best place to visit from here is Basilan. So that would be really the only reason as you come here. But yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.